Miles again in the heart of San Francisco, near actually 6th and Market Street. Pretty little bit of a rough side of the neighborhood. Typically, people kind of wander out and about, walking around, wobbling, selling drugs, taking drugs, falling asleep on the sidewalk, stuff like that. But I'm here with the cognitive synergy again. We're going to talk about the opportunity that comes with the tech shift associated with AI agents. This has kind of been mentioned before on this channel, but truly, we can't even begin to describe or imagine exactly how big of an opportunity this is. I will say, right here in San Francisco, we've been talking about this for 5 years. People in technology who follow technology have been talking about AI for a long time. So it feels a little, we're a little skittish. There's kind of a sense here in San Francisco in the tech ecosystem to kind of sort of write it off a little bit. Like, hey, this might be a little overhyped, guys. And in some ways it is. Those who are inexperienced with AI agents get on and they're like, not sure, what else to do besides get on and have it write me something or look up something for me real quick or explain a difficult topic for me, break it down step by step for someone like me. And that's kind of been the major use case. You're just kind of talking back and forth with a large language model. Very busy here. Show you guys around. So fire hydrant going off again over there. But it's quite amazing times because the systems we think of as AI, after the ChatGPT moment 3 years ago, is just the beginning. Really, it kind of came out and it was fairly amazing. There's another fire hydrant. It's always busy and loud here, as expected. But here in San Francisco, we kind of take it for granted, like, oh yeah, AI is everywhere, blah blah blah. But it's not really exactly changing everybody's lives yet. It is on the margins, changing people's jobs. I've talked about that in previous videos. But realistically, we can say, for a fact that it hasn't changed our lives as much as it's going to in the future. The efficiency associated with these AI models have gotten drastically better. It's kind of it is a lot like the internet in the sense that when the internet first came out, that broadband and internet was not fast at all. It's very limited capabilities. You can pull up information. It was kind of a miracle and amazing that you could access information from on the other side of the world, relatively large amounts of internet information from someone in a different country, etc. But the reality is, YouTube was impossible. Internet was extremely slow. We kind of took it for granted. So that we didn't realize how much faster the internet getting faster and connectivity increasing and bandwidth increasing was going to change the world. It's kind of hard to imagine. Same with AI. It's kind of working for now, but the amount of speed, the amount of capacity, the amount of efficiency. The alarm's going off in there. The amount of sheer effectiveness and efficiency and performance that these AI models, reliability that these AI models need to have in order for AI agents to work properly is quite amazing. We're on our way to get there. It's very clear. I mean, every other month, especially every 6 months, these models get way cheaper for the same amount of performance, faster, more effective, etc. New model releases every other month, and they're doing quite amazing on some of the hardest tasks. And you can basically, at this point, throw more computational power at it and see it perform even more. But we are compute constrained. And the smartest people in the Valley here know that the infrastructure build out associated with compute is really important. Um, so as they're building it out, they're going to realize that this is just going to be much more accessible for AI agents in the future. One of the largest, a bit of a side trail, but one of the largest bottlenecks to AI agents right now, as we speak in, fall, November, 2020, winter 2025 here, is the fact, that computer use tools are not that good. I was just using a computer use tool for a handful of hours today, putting it in, and I had to click to have it improve its own prompt, and I had to give it my credentials, and then I forgot my credentials on the next session. So the computer use tooling is not even close to being there. And if you think at an enterprise level, many of the things we do online, the actually useful stuff, doesn't have to be full body robotics, but it can just be online stuff, is browser use, is computer use. Like, these AI models absolutely need to have access and full usability of computer systems and browsers and especially browsers and online. This allows businesses, small businesses, corporations, enterprises to be compatible with their current systems. Being in the vacation rental market, building the most advanced AI agent for vacation rentals, it's very clear that vacation rental companies, startups, mid, small, large, doesn't matter. They don't want to switch from their current systems. They want a worker bee that actually goes in and actually handles the tasks that they're currently doing and on a regular basis at a much more efficient price points than labor or hiring more people, etc. These are what businesses really want. And so most of the web is on the cloud. You can access it straight from a URL, and in theory you can have someone just sign in for you and have them do the work for you. But the reality is, computer use tools, even the best computer use tools out of Y Combinator and ones that are taking off or successful, are still very rough. They're still very tough to handle. They hallucinate. They're not as successful. So, anyway, he's waving. That's hilarious. Yeah, very busy. So anyway, yeah. So we can imagine a future where AI agents really need computer use tools. And so this is kind of the underlying technology we're waiting for. Do we need ML engineers to actually do this? Do we actually need ML engineers to do this from scratch as a startups, or can build on technologies that are currently in development right now? And that's the idea. It's kind of wait for more infrastructure part of the stack in AI to build out, such as computer use and memory is a big thing, etc. Going forward. And then startups, kind of like I'm working on, and other of my friends that are working on the application layer, can really take off much faster at a higher clip. So very interesting. So very, very, very fascinating to think. We're just at the beginning. I mean, we're literally before dial-up, internet style. And imagine, the internet opening up. We don't, let alone, mobile phones. Maybe that's analogous to robotics. We're way before even hardware gets in the hands of everybody else. We don't even have these systems really, out there in the wild. These are kind of analogous and a bit abstract, but we are super early, extraordinarily early. And the reason I bring that up for you and for our audience here today is that when you think about how early a technology is, when you think about, oh my gosh, I thought this was going to change, everything about our world and my life, in a few years. And it's 3 years later before ChatGPT came out. And you're waiting, maybe you're in the Midwest and you're like, it's been a while. I feel like these AI models haven't really gotten much better. I don't know. It still kind of answers my question like it did 2 years ago or 1 year ago. It's gotten smarter on the edges, answered kind of more nuanced questions, which is interesting. But that's about it. Why? If billions of dollars are going into the AI market, why in the world do these AI agents not have access to real world applications, to the internet, to the browser. Partially is because many websites, are kind of partnering with Cloudflare, and security actually says kind of exactly like the Amazon departure, the Amazon lawsuit against Perplexity, is they want to facilitate, they want to work with humans on their website. They don't want to work with robots on their website. Like, ban the robots on our website, ban the robots in our stores. They want to facilitate the transaction. They want to let the human go through the sales process, because humans are more easily manipulative. They're less objective. We want to manipulate the people on our online store and cause them to pay more on the edges, or buy something they wouldn't, is not exactly the best value for what they're looking for. We want to change their mind on what they're looking for, instead of a robot, AI agent getting on our website and executing exactly what we asked for the first time, without seeing any, images of women in bikinis, without seeing, any sex appeal, without seeing any emotion attached to our website. We want to, we want humans on our website. We don't want robots on our website. Blah blah blah. That's kind of the Amazon lawsuit perspective, and what they want. And so, inevitably, AI agents are going to do the purchasing. They can be more objective. They can execute exactly what we ask it in the long run. And this entirely changes and deletes much middlemen. There's kind of a little bit of storytelling in San Francisco. I'm going to turn around here and kind of show you the views here. Just how much I'm not used to this. Coming from a small town, and how different this is. There's DG Labs is an interesting startup. Went to many events there. Very fun. Hackathons, etc. So I say this to say, this is just the beginning. There is so much to build, and these models are very open. They just kind of like answer questions. But the reality is, models and AI agents really need to know the preferences, policies, and procedures of every individual small business and enterprise. It's a lot of information. That's a lot of information that needs to be programmed into these systems. And there's Salesforce Tower. Guys, this is the largest economic shift the world has ever seen, the largest business opportunity anyone has ever encountered. So make sure to follow along, like, subscribe, share, watch in the background, download this information so that you're ready as a first movers to take advantage of the largest wealth transfer in history. And I will see you on the other side.